A prized fiddle played by Country Music Hall of Famer Roy Acuff nearly sold to the highest bidder at a Goodwill auction. We first told you about the story back in January.
Before the fiddle sold, the family who donated it realized they were about to lose an important part of history made in Maryville. They contacted Goodwill and got the fiddle back, and now owner Lamar Peak is sharing it with everyone.
The fiddle just arrived in East Tennessee and reunited with the Acuff family. 10 News reporter Sean Franklin shows us how the near mix-up will benefit East Tennessee's rich musical history. Sean?
Rob and John, Roy Acuff traveled all around the world, changing country music forever. He was known for his fiddle starting in the 1930s, playing as part of the Grand Ole Opry and becoming a Country Music Hall of Famer. Now you can see a piece of his life up close.
It sounded really good. It did something to me, man. I could feel inside.
Where family meets music, Gordon Acuff finds a fiddle.
It takes hours and hours and hours of work to make a violin.
His grandfather, Everett Acuff, spent a lot of his time making fiddles, 36 of them.
The first thing you do, get a piece of wood and thump on it like that. Thump, thump.
Number 19 was made in Maryville, and Everett gave it to his nephew, Roy Acuff.
Roy Acuff and the Smoky Mountain Boys.
Roy played it as part of a career starting in the 1930s, eventually becoming a Country Music Hall of Famer in 1962.
In Nashville, he was the Grand Ole Opry.
Starting May 1st, Roy's fiddle will be a part of the Mountain Music Museum in Kingsport. Just this past weekend, its sound filled the room again on the Huckabee Show on the Trinity Broadcasting Network.
I hope they look at the history of this fiddle and they see a small part of what Roy Acuff did in his life and the people he touched.
Rick Dollar is the executive director at the museum.
We have a new rebirth of what we're doing. This would be the perfect thing to make this happen.
The museum's making it happen on loan from Lamar Peak, the owner.
I'm really thrilled that people can come by and see it because it did belong to Roy, but more so for me because my granddaddy made it.
Dollar says the Mountain Music Museum doesn't just feature Roy Acuff, but highlights tons of country music's greatest moments. It's on Broad Street in Kingsport. We have that information on our website. It's over at WBIR.com.